MBE English Podcast.
Hello and welcome to MBE English Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Kevin. Thanks for being here.
Today's advanced listening practice is about saving money in daily life, framed as systems thinking rather than self-punishment.
We'll explore behavioral triggers, structural fixes, and routines that reduce financial stress without eliminating joy.
Let's dive in.
Emma, many people treat saving as a moral test, like you either have discipline or you don't, but most spending is environmental, not ideological.
I agree, because modern spending is designed to be frictionless, which means willpower becomes the weakest part of the system.
That's why micro-spending matters, not because one purchase is disastrous, but because repeated convenience becomes a default lifestyle.
And defaults are powerful because when you don't decide consciously, you still choose just passively through habit.
So the first move is measurement, but not the obsessive kind that makes people burn out.
A short audit works better. 2 or 3 weeks of tracking, followed by categorization that reveals patterns rather than generating shame.
Patterns like emotional spending, convenience spending, and upgrade spending.
Exactly. And once you can name the pattern, you can design a counter-strategy that fits real life.
Food is the best example because it's a mix of time, comfort, and identity, which makes pure restriction a fragile plan.
Right, and a workable approach is a portfolio, some home meals, some planned eating out, and a set of reliable fallback options for stressful days.
Fallback options are underrated because they stop the "I'm exhausted, so I'll order something expensive" cycle.
And they also reduce decision fatigue, which is a hidden driver of spending when people are mentally overloaded.
Online shopping adds another layer because platforms actively remove deliberation through saved payment methods and constant prompts.
Which means responsible consumers should reintroduce friction, not as punishment, but as a decision aid that slows impulse into reflection.
Removing stored cards, muting promotional notifications, and using a waiting window for non-essential purchases are simple but effective interventions.
I'd add a behavioral rule too. Avoid shopping when you're tired, bored, or stressed, because in those states you're buying relief, not value.
Subscriptions are also fascinating because they represent default spending that escapes attention, especially when the payments are small and frequent.
Exactly, and a monthly reapproval ritual can help. Would I subscribe again today at full price, knowing what I actually used?
Transport is another underestimated category because people perceive each ride as minor while the monthly total can be substantial.
A practical fix is planning routes, combining errands, and treating taxis as exceptions rather than automatic convenience.
Then there's the broader concept of margin, which is really the emotional purpose of saving, creating breathing room so one surprise doesn't turn into panic.
And panic is expensive because under pressure, people choose speed over value, which often means higher fees and worse decisions.
That's why automation matters. It's the mechanism that protects progress on chaotic weeks when motivation is low and time is limited.
Exactly. And even small automated transfers build identity. People start seeing themselves as someone who saves consistently.
If we compress all of this into one guideline, I'd say, design your environment so the sensible choice is the easy choice.
And supports that design with weekly check-ins, because consistency is built through routine review, not occasional bursts of discipline.
Today we discussed saving money as behavioral design, short audits, realistic food systems, added friction for online spending, subscription reapproval, transport planning, automation, and the value of margin.
For listening practice, replay this episode and focus on linking phrases like "which means," a practical fix in those states, and that's why.
Thanks for listening to MBE English Podcast.
Subscribe for more advanced English listening practice. See you next time.